When your cat sleeps on your chest, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Yes, it feels warm, comforting, maybe even a little cute. But behind that closeness, there's something deeper that most people miss. It's one of the most emotionally vulnerable things your cat can do. And if you misunderstand it, which most owners do, you might be missing a signal of trust your cat doesn't give lightly. Let's start with what that moment really means. Have you ever thought your cat sleeps on your chest just because you're warm? Most people think it's about heat, a soft place, a comfortable surface. But here's what's actually happening. Your cat is choosing one of the most exposed positions in your entire home, right on top of a moving, breathing human. That's not just comfort. That's risk. Cats are wired to rest in places where they feel completely safe. And your chest? It rises, it falls, it makes noise. It's unpredictable. So when your cat chooses that spot, they're not just looking for warmth. They're choosing you as their safest place. Think about that for a second. And by the way, if your cat presses closer or adjusts themselves to match your breathing, don't brush it off. We'll get to what that really means later, and it's something most owners wish they understood sooner. Have you ever noticed how your cat settles in, and then slowly relaxes, almost like they're melting into you? You might assume they're just getting comfortable. But here's what's actually happening. A 2019 study from the University of Vienna found that cats can synchronize their resting patterns with their owner's breathing and heart rhythm. And another behavioral study showed that close contact resting, like chest sleeping, reduces stress markers in cats. In simple terms, your cat isn't just lying on you. They're tuning into you. Your heartbeat becomes a signal of safety. Your breathing becomes a rhythm they trust. What makes this even more meaningful is, this only happens when your cat feels emotionally secure. You're not just a place to rest. You're a living, calming presence. Have you ever felt your cat press their face or body into your chest before falling asleep? Most people think it's just affection. But here's what's actually happening. Cats have scent glands around their face, paws, and body. When they rub or settle into you, they're leaving behind invisible chemical signals, pheromones. These signals say one thing: this is mine. This is safe. But here's the emotional shift most people don't realize. They're not claiming you like an object. They're including you in their safe territory. They're making you part of their world. Think about that for a second. In the wild, scent defines family, safety, and belonging. And your cat is placing you inside that circle. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. Have you ever wondered why this behavior feels so intimate? Like it means more than just sleeping? Here's what's actually happening. This behavior goes all the way back to when your cat was a kitten. Newborn kittens sleep pressed against their mother's body. They feel her heartbeat, her warmth, her breathing. That's how they learned what safety feels like. And even as adults, that imprint never fully disappears. So when your cat curls up on your chest, they're returning to that original definition of security. But now it's you. You've taken the place of the safest presence they've ever known. Think about the people in your home. Does your cat sleep like this with everyone? Most cats don't. Here's what's actually happening. Cats are selective with vulnerability. They don't expose themselves unless they fully trust the environment and the person. Behavioral scientists have observed that cats reserve close contact sleeping for individuals they associate with safety and predictability. That means this isn't random. This is chosen. Out of everyone in your world, your cat picked you. Not because you feed them, but because you make them feel safe enough to let their guard down completely. And that's something they don't offer lightly. Now here's the part most owners never realize. When your cat sleeps on your chest, they're doing something that goes against their survival instincts. Cats are both predators and prey. And when they sleep, they're at their most defenseless. So they usually choose hidden, protected places. But your chest? It's open, exposed. And yet, they choose it anyway. Remember earlier when I said if your cat adjusts to your breathing, it means more than you think? This is what I was talking about. They're not just resting. They're surrendering control. They're trusting that you won't hurt them, that you'll stay still, that you'll protect them, even in your sleep. Think about that for a second. That's not just affection. That's trust at its highest level. Now imagine this. Your cat used to sleep on your chest all the time, and suddenly they stop. Most people assume nothing. Maybe the cat just changed habit. But here's what's actually happening. A sudden change in this behavior can signal stress, discomfort, or even health issues. Studies on domestic cats show that changes in sleeping patterns are often one of the earliest signs that something is off. It doesn't always mean something serious, but it does mean something changed in how safe your cat feels, or how they physically feel. So don't ignore it. Pay attention. Because when a cat withdraws trust, it's rarely random. So when your cat sleeps on your chest, do you actually know what they're trying to say? It's not just about warmth. It's not just comfort. It's your cat syncing with your heartbeat, marking you as safe, returning to the oldest memory of protection they've ever known, and choosing you, specifically you, as the place where they can let their guard down completely. That's not a simple habit. That's trust. And that moment, when they curl up and close their eyes on you, it was never small to them. And it shouldn't be small to you either.